I was going to say verse 5, continuing on, 2 Corinthians 10 and 5, casting down imagination.
All of these philosophies of America are imagination. All right? People are waking up every day realizing that, hey, big JC, Jesus Christ is an imaginative object. That's an abstract object.
Right.
Christianity is an allegory. Yeah. The Bible is real. The individuals in the Bible are real.
Right. Yeah. Well, do you mind if we kind of expound on that a little bit? The history of Jesus, which goes back to Serapis, right? Serapis Christus, right? Which basically that was a god that Esau created during the Grecian Empire, specifically by the Ptolemaic side of things. Okay, Ptolemy Soter. All right, he was basically the one that made his, Serapis. He created that god after the image of his son. You know what I mean? Which is a combination of Osiris and Apis the bull, because basically, the Ptolemaic Empire was ruling over the Egyptian, area. So, the way that they worship gods, Esau wanted to set himself up as a god, just like how the pharaohs set themselves up as a god. So Esau basically created that god, Serapis Christus, to be the Edomite god. And that pretty much lasted on, all the way throughout during the time of Yahushua, right? That's why the scriptures say, Yahushua said, if you see another claiming, to be the anointed,
another Jesus, another anointed,
you know what I mean? Just believe him, don't believe him, because during that time there was that's what was going on. Like when you watch that movie, is it called The Agora? I believe so. Or if you look it up, it was right around 300-ish AD, where the fall of Serapis Christus, was pretty much going on. All right, transitioning into the worshiping of Jesus the Christ. All right, but the ideology carried on from Serapis, all right, on to the modern day JC that you see everybody worshiping.
Yeah, it's just like an avalanche of ancient world BS that's been kind of carried on from time to time, going all the way back to what's that? Serapis, not Serapis. You just said that. What was it? Babylon, Nimrod, Tammuz, Semiramis. There's like pieces of it. They remix it, rewrap it up, repackage it, represent it, and that's all that's been happening. But it's all started from basically some demon ass devil heathen nigga having a crazy ass trippy dream one night and waking up and saying, hey, here we are. And it sound good, and I guess this is what it is. This is what we worship now. Right. But that's all imaginative bullshit. That's why when it goes down, when the shit literally hits the fan, there's only gonna be one thing standing, and that's Yahweh Shah, because it's a living power. You can try to make an allegory all you want out of a living power, and that living power is gonna hit you with an actual punch. You believe I'm a metaphor? Oh, okay, I'm gonna hit your ass.
I got something right quick.
Well, no, Floyd Mayweather, he's not really a boxer. He's metaphorically. All right, tell me, he literally hit your ass. Go ahead.
This is Psalms 96 and 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord Yahweh made the heavens.
Yeah, the Lord Yahweh made the heavens. He's real. Yeah. He's alive. See, all that bullshit ideologies and talking points, that's why the scriptures say every idle word, you got to give an account thereof.
Right.
That bullshit he put out there, because see, that Israel is simple. A lot of Israelites, hey, I don't know why, shame on you. If you actually do listen to Nick Cannon for wisdom, shame on you. You are very through. But hey, stars are, bro. But hey, somebody might have heard Nick Cannon say that shit and be like, hey, you know what, man? I always thought the same thing. And agree with it.
That's how we talking about. That's crazy. We talking about Nick Cannon, right? I had pulled up that. I'm gonna put in the group text. I pulled up that interview with Professor Griffinham. It's just a whole bunch of psychobabble, man.
That's all it is.
Like these guys just confuse themselves. It's like that guy Oswald Bates on A Living Color. They're trying to sound good with words, and they know you Negroes can't. Negroes and Hispanics can't read. So it sounds smooth, man. The scripture's talking about smooth and speaking smooth things to our people, man.
Yep, y'all love that shit. Y'all love that Professor Griff, demonic talking, that CC, you see. Y'all like that. What's my man from was dude on the Boondocks when Huey and Riley went home and that dude, the little kid had the raps. Where's your poems at, brother?
Oh yeah.
Oppression is up, brother.
Oh, yeah. Right. Like cousin or something.
That's the type of shit y'all like, man. Oppression is up, brother.
The Dr. Umar Johnson speech.
Yeah, that ooh babala ooh. I'ma say that. Y'all like that shit, man.
Pan-Africanism.
Yeah, y'all like a talking head. Y'all like somebody that's not telling you the truth. Y'all like to be prophesied smooth things. So you go for the idea like, nah, get out of there. When the Lord said he gonna turn this into a lake of fire, that's a metaphor. That's not real. The Lord said he gonna melt our tongue and eyes. Nah, that's a metaphor. He ain't gonna really do that. Allegory. That's an allegory. Yeah. The Lord ain't gonna melt our eyes and tongue. Matter of fact, get that in what's that in Peter, where they say evil shall not partake us or overtake us. Because really that's you hiding and being afraid of the truth. And the truth is that the Lord has great judgment coming upon this place. Right. The truth is that these so-called Edomites are the next superstars that go into slavery. They're the next holders of the seat of captivity. Not metaphorically. Ain't no metaphor to Esau going into captivity, so-called white people going into slavery. That's not a metaphor. That's not an allegory. That's not an analogy. That is exactly what the fuck is going to happen. Right. A lot of y'all be trying to squeeze and make things fit to make it because you feel uncomfortable behind it. All right, you got that?
I got it, Amos.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Yeah, nor prevent us. That's the spirit that y'all have. Because see, you changing things around. The law is not, we don't got to do the law, but you hate, y'all are confused up. You're literally in a bound of wires. Right. Trying to move around, but the wires is pulling tighter, choking you out, you losing breath. Here we are, we just trying to tell you, hey man, sit still, wait, calm down. Wait, let's get you out of there first. Nah, man, and you just, till your ass get choked out. That's what a little bit of the scripture say. A lot of you are too, you've read, a lot of you people, you've read too many books, you've watched too many documentaries. Right. Too deep. You've just gone way, you've scaled and studied YouTube for too long. Yeah. Too much information. That's what you can't do nothing with them. That's why the scriptures say, blessed is your eyes, for they see. Blessed is your ears, for they hear. And also the scriptures say, blessed is he that readeth.
Right.
And it said, ever learn you're not able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
They have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. Y'all just all over the goddamn place. All right, you got something? Matter of fact, was that it on that?
Yeah, it was on that.
Okay.
I got something.
Yep, go ahead.
Did you still want that in 2 Peter?
Yes, I do, but get with you.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, I'm going to get this real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 6, all right, verses 13 and 14. It says, for from the least of them even unto the greatest of them, every one is given to covetousness. Mm-hmm. And from the prophet even unto the priest, everyone liveth falsely.
Yep.
Okay, basically wickedness has permeated, 2/3 of our people here in these times. All right. And if it wasn't for the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, everybody would be wicked. Nobody would receive salvation. All right, but it was so bad. Okay, basically how you see today. Yep. You know, it was so bad before the Babylonians came in and destroyed the first temple. All right, everybody basically walking down the street was just a complete demon. Right. Continuing on in verse 14, it says, they have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. Mm-hmm. Basically, you got people thinking that Like if you're a leader, a spiritual leader amongst Israel, and you got people thinking that there ain't no Jacob trouble finna come.
That's crazy.
Like basically, you preparing the sheep for the slaughter, man.
That's the only thing you doing.
Gun. Okay, and the blood's gonna be on your hands. That's why people might look from the outside looking in like, damn man, why this dude's always getting on other Israelite camps? Well, guess what? Majority of the Israelite groups stem from the One West school, man. Okay, which of course our apostles did as well. All right, they were there back then during those times, and they know what was taught. Okay, so if you change the doctrine, hey, you got blood on your hands, man.
Yep.
Okay.
And the only reason you change the doctrine is to so-called make it either A, more palatable. Right. This is why we say either A, you sold out, and the selling out part is you trying to make the doctrines, aka more palatable for the masses. Right. Or you are just deceived and you are trying to deceive yourself because you're afraid. A lot of people are fearful when it comes to this word. This is, you understand when we're speaking to is actually, to the outside looking in, this is almost like a suicide mission. You get what I'm saying? Like
that's why they say they always ask us, what y'all gonna do?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got to understand, a lot of people, they don't have the understanding. They weren't given the spirit of the Lord, so they're moved with the spirit of fear. The Lord said that he gave us not the spirit of fear, but really these other people, they never lost that spirit. So therefore, that's what's actually moving them and motivating them. They see something, they're like, I don't know what I'm gonna do during that time. Oh Lord, nah, that's, like I say, that's a metaphor. No, that's not that can't be literal. The Lord said his death shall be hell no. No, the Lord ain't, the evil's not gonna overtake us. The Lord, we'll be out of here. Who told, where'd you get that from? That's a lie in your head to comfort you. All right. So let's go. Was there any more to that? No. Let's go back to that Daniel. Where were we at? Daniel 2. So what did AI say? Let's deal with that.
Back in ChatGPT, it says GMS teaches the same basic sequence of empires most biblical scholars recognize. The head of gold being Babylon, chest of silver, Medo-Persia, belly and thighs of bronze, Greece, the legs of iron, Rome,
okay,
and then the feet of iron and clay, the divided kingdom after Rome.
Okay, okay. Yeah. That is, but like I said, is that an allegory? Is that a metaphor? No, these were real kingdoms, ruled by real people. Real wars were fought to translate these kingdoms from one people to another. You understand that this isn't play right here.
Deuteronomy 28 ain't fucking allegory.
That's not an allegory.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right.
But see, that's that you trying to, hey, them rats, them little hats, had your ass hanging over a balcony like Vanilla Ice.
Right.
Told you, the small hat mob told your ass, hey man, you better fix it. Man, I don't really the Bible. It ain't literal. Come on, y'all. It's just a good book.
Right.
Okay.
I got a quick one for
Yeah,
you.
go ahead.
Just a quick one, just hand it right back to you. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 33, to add to the elder's points. Why trimmest thou ways to seek love?
You can break it down, brother.
As the brother was going into. You know, at first, Nick Cannon, he was headstrong on who we are as a people. You know, going into the scriptures. Going into, you know, just breaking things down.
Yep.
But then, after they canceled his ass, what he's doing now. All right? And if you notice, Nick Cannon, he slowly came back out there, got his money back, got his bag going, and now he's trimming his ways. You see? Right? This allegory. When he's saying these things while he's under the curse, then he have a kidney failure, some sort of disease.
Lupus.
Yes. As the officer went into, the curses are not allegory, they're literal.
The curses is not. Yeah, us being on them slave ships was not a metaphor. Right. Diabetes kicking the black community is not. Breast cancer, not. All these things, these are not analogies, man.
This baby mama drama is not.
This is real.
Your boy, DC Young Fly, his woman dying.
Yes.
These are all part of the curses of the scriptures, man.
Yes.
But you trying to make it seem something different. Hey, man, really, Nick Cannon, you and Brandon Jacksons, and you type Israelites, Like, you got offended that you thought you were gonna come in this community and we was gonna prop you up to be King David.
That's exactly what
You thought you was you thought you was gonna be King David over us and we was gonna kiss the throne, man. No, nigga. Now the whole thing is all a sham and it's all play. No, nigga, you was playing.
Right.
You played yourself thinking that you was gonna you came in with other motives. All right. Yeah, congratulations, right? So let's go to this Daniel.
This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 31. And it reads, Thou, O king, sawest and behold a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, and stood before thee.
So now in the scriptures, this was literally a vision. When you read in Revelation and the Lord giving the angels giving visions to John the Revelator of the different things, they were metaphors. Like he was seeing a metaphor play out that we break down to literally mean something.
Right, that's right.
Okay, but he was literally seeing what he was telling us. It was for the prophets to then, that represented. He saw a bear. What was that? John? Was that Revelation 13? He saw had a head like this and feet like that. He was seeing that, but it's for the prophets to what? Understand, okay, the feet represent Russia. This represents the Rome. This represents that. That's what was happening.
Right.
Okay? So even though it's still a vision, within the vision, he's literally seeing what the Lord showed him, but it's for the prophets to be able to break it down.
That's right.
It still represents something real. Even a metaphor represents something. It doesn't mean, they say this shit like it's a metaphor, an allegory.
Right.
But it don't. But what is the what is it actually? Then what? Then give us that understanding.
What's the symbolic meaning?
Right.
Give us the true, deeper understanding of Jacob and Esau.
Right.
Cause Esau came out red, nigga.
Right.
He came out red.
Yes, sir.
Actually, no. Metaphorically, it was red because no.
Right.
The Lord his feet were as brass burnt in fire. That was literal. See, a lot of you still got Christianity demons on you.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have any true understanding. So then your brain just cooks up these weirdo visions, and you be like, well, God ain't tell me personally it's wrong.
Right.
You just run with it. The fuck is wrong with y'all? They keep going.
Continuing on, and the form thereof was terrible. Verse 32, this image head was of fine gold, and his breast and his arms of silver.
So this is the vision, this is the image that was seen. All right? So what Daniel was really seeing was all the major kingdoms that would rule from one time on the earth until this very time. Okay, that's what Daniel was seeing, and we're in it. We're literally in the 10 toes.
Right.
Iron mixed with miry clay. We're in that right now.
Elder, if I may
Yes,
mention,
sir.
that's what we differ from the scholars, because the scholars will break down the historic gesture, but they don't go into the prophetic. They're not going to tell you that those 10 toes is NATO and the EU.
They're not gonna tell you that.
That's something specifically that we teach.
Right.
That's what puts us above them, because we have the prophecy.
Right. They just said, because all they did was say it was divided after Rome.
Yeah, into what? Exactly. So again, like you said, we add that part that they're missing because we were given the oil.
Right.
Matthew the 25th chapter, we have the oil, we have the understanding. You go ahead with it.
This is Matthew 13 and verse 16 and 17. Blessed are your ears, for they see. Blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
And so all of these messages going out, even right now in the world, right? The Middle East is on fire.
Right. Good point.
We brought out Joel, the 2nd chapter. We brought out these points showing you that desolate land and what's going on. That's prophecy being fulfilled right before our eyes. All these countries coming against the EU and NATO in real time. That's the beast hating the whore.
Right.
That's a dark parable that's really happening. Okay?
Yes.
Again, like I said, if we left it up to y'all, we would literally be looking for a mother of harlots in a purple dress,
Right.
riding upon a beast, a 7-head, 10-horn beast. No, apes. We're not actually looking for a 7-head, 10-horn beast. Nigga, we're living in it. This is the whore.
Well, if I can add, like, even when you go into certain prophetic chapters, like 2nd Ezra 11, for example, the vision that Ezra saw, like, you know, you know what I mean? The 3-headed eagle, you know, with the 12 feathers, you know what I mean? Like, and each of the feathers having their own time, and then the speaking from the midst of the bird, of the eagle. Like, if the angel didn't break that down, because basically, like, we read 2nd Ezra 11 like, dang, it's a scary chapter, but it literally breaks it down in the next chapter, chapter 12. It's the breakdown of chapter 11. And there's multiple examples in the scriptures where men receive visions, okay? And some of them are broken down, you know, directly right then and there. And then, but others are left up for, you know, the men of the Lord to interpret. Okay?
You keep going.
Continuing on, back in Matthew chapter 13 and 17, it says, "For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them."
Yeah, because this understanding, it gives you comfort.
Right.
But see, a lot of you people, when we see the news and we see what's happening with, you know, different EU countries, you know, whether that's Spain, France, Germany, you know, just different countries that are EU-based nations, when we see them doing and pulling away from America, their allies, that's prophecy. Okay? So again, if you were literally reading this, that's why a lot of you got that Christian idea on your mind of what? I don't deal with the book of Revelation.
It is sealed.
Neither do their leaders.
Yeah, they don't deal. Hey, you know what? And really, a lot of you Israelite camps, you don't deal with the book of Revelation. Because in reality, it jumps around too much. You know, hey, one chapter you might have jumped a couple thousands of years apart from each other. You jump to the future, jump back in the past, and all in one chapter. So that's too much. That's too much wisdom required. All right, we can go back to that Daniel.
Continued on, Daniel chapter 2, verse 32. This image head of fine gold, and his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass. Verse 33. His legs of iron, his feet of iron, and part of clay. Verse 34. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and of clay.
Now read that again, because see, to prove your point, that we are actually still in this vision, brothers. This vision that Daniel had, or this vision that was it Nebuchadnezzar? Nebuchadnezzar had, that Daniel interpreted. We are still what Nebuchadnezzar saw. That's what we're in. Okay, you keep going.
You said read verse 34 again?
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, read it in.
Con. Verse 34 again. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without
keep going.
Without hands, which smote the image upon his feet.
That's because what is the feet? Again, where are we at? We're in the feet right now. The feet, when the feet iron mixed with miry clay, the 10 toes. Cause see, hey man, you hit somebody in the back of their foot, and that Achilles, you take a knife to the, hey man, listen. Imagine somebody sneaking up behind you in a car and they got a sharp blade and you just going down. You gonna go down, man. So that's why the scriptures is speaking about that stone, which is Yahweh Shai, hitting the foot, and it's just gonna collapse over. See, if the statue got hit in the chest or shoulder, like you see, if the statue got hit right here, it'd just be a blow, and then the arm might fall off.
That's the silver. That's stronger than it.
Exactly, because see, those metals could take the hit. Okay, but see, when you corrupt the you get what I'm saying? It's corrupted Yeah, I see it. Yeah, watch behind you.
Behind you.
Yeah.
Let's go, Trump, baby.
Hey, let's go, Trump.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, ain't he?
Yes, sir. Hey, really, ain't Trump doing his thing?
He's doing his fucking thing.
Talking about God.
Yeah, go ahead.
You made a great point earlier too. You made a great point earlier too, where with the story of Daniel breaking down the dream to Nebuchadnezzar, and what was into. You talked about how earlier these historians, these scientists and whatnot, they got a certain, the Lord gave them a certain understanding, and then we come in and we break it down to true understanding, right?
Yes.
Well, Daniel did the same thing because Nebuchadnezzar was asking all his magicians,
Magi's.
He was asking them, and they couldn't do it. But Daniel came in and he could do it. Amos 3 and 7, man. You know, we were given the secrets.
Hey, and just to add too, Daniel, he was actually the Pharaoh couldn't even describe the dream to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even describe. So not only, and just like they can't even describe what's in the books. You know what I'm saying? They can't even do it.
That's how you know that really, brothers, believe when I say this, man. Important people watch our videos, man. All right? It ain't just a bunch of, regular, African Americans, man. Right. Even though that our message is to Israelites, don't get it twisted. But through the Spirit, Esau and his higher ups, they're watching us, man. Right. They getting understandings of what time we're in, the prophetic points, okay? Because respectfully, this is what we do. Literally, this is what we do. We go into the Bible, we give the understanding, we break it down, and we make it plain on tables so you people can understand. We already got the understanding of Daniel, the second chapter.
Right.
Camera on and off. It's here already.
Yeah.
When the world goes to hell, it's our Lord willing. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, but in the spirit, our understanding is still there. Right. All right, you keep going.
Continuing on, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces.
Yep.
Verse 35. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together.
Now imagine when you hit all of this, throw all of this into fire.
Right.
Right, exactly.
This is all going in the fire. All right, and I'm gonna say this through the Spirit, even though the Babylonians' head represent gold. Hey man, it ain't Israelite gold, man.
Right.
It ain't fine gold. It ain't. It's got impurities in it, man. So it ain't gonna last in this fire that's coming. Right. Hey, go ahead with it.
This is the book of Revelation of St. John the Divine, chapter 6 and verse 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
You can break it down, brother.
Right, so allegorically, islands and mountains aren't moved out of their places.
Right.
The heaven being departed as a scroll, that's talking about thermonuclear exchange, thermonuclear destruction. Right. So this is a physical thing. Verse 15. In the kings of the earth, this is physical. The kings of the earth, not some symbolic Bhagavad Gita somewhere. You understand? It's literal kings of the earth. All right. It says, "In the kings of the earth, and the great man, and the rich man, and the chief."
Oh, do we not talk? Hey, hold on. Do we not prophesy and prophesy against the elite?
Right. Yeah.
So the rich, hey,
That's the bankers.
that's the bankers.
Yeah.
Everything that you could talk about or concern yourself about in modern times, historical times, future times, it's right here. It's found in that Bible. But you can't just go into it and just like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna open it up and hey man, listen, go read Genesis. Go read the book of Genesis and see how far you get without some understanding, man.
Right. And you know the funny thing is, Elder, years ago, Nick Cannon, he actually used to ask the brother Carrier questions. He'll slide in that brother's DM and ask him questions years ago, about the truth. But Yahushua speaks of the deceitfulness of riches.
Yep.
It choked him up, and he's become completely unfruitful.
But see, you know what? It ain't even so much that these guys don't want to even give up their riches for the service of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's the fact that they think that they're going to leverage their riches into a position here. See, it's all about power. And a lot of Nick Cannon, all these characters, they think that because they have carnal money that makes them spiritually powerful. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, and you all have become great witnesses or examples to the congregation that ain't gonna get you nowhere, man.
Just
All right.
walk into
All of them, they all have this spirit that no, you're gonna submit to the prophets of the Lord, man. The prophets of the Lord are above all of this.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you can like it or not.
They look down upon the prophets of the Lord, like we should be following them, which ultimately is up to Yahweh Shemai Shah who's to be followed. And it starts from the elders and the apostles on down. They were sanctioned. They're the ones that are legitimate. You guys are not legitimate, man.
Yeah, you're not qualified. You don't got your certification, baby.
Exactly.
You don't got it. You didn't take your you didn't go to the right school of the prophets. You didn't get your certification. You didn't do your 8-week however long that training is in the spirit for you to get the certification to be able to do this. All right, and they be bugging y'all out trying to go that different route. All right, you keep going with that. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
It says, the rich man and the chief captains and the mighty man and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. Speaking of underground military facilities.
Yep, domes.
Domes, underground bunkers. That's what this is talking about. Actual mountainous terrain,
where a lot, like you said, bunkers, these these deep underground military bases, these hiding points. That's what all of y'all are gonna do. That's not a metaphor. That's gonna happen, man. You're gonna literally run and hide from the devastation and destruction that Yahweh Shai is coming back with. You're not going, well, metaphorically we gonna hide. No, man. Well, allegorically, we not gonna be hiding, but metaphorically we gonna be hiding. What?
Right. For real, man.
That's why the only thing left, that's why you gotta know it through death by pain.
Right.
Because there's no metaphor to that.
Right.
The Lord is not playing with you. Y'all be talking. See, the problem with a lot of y'all is y'all be talking too goddamn much.
Right.
Yeah, you just be Y'all got these Stephen A. Smith, these sports talking head demons on you. A lot of y'all think that this is a podcast thing.
Right.
Just sitting around with equipment and talking shit all goddamn day.
Right. Well, that's what Captain Cesariak does. So that's he putting a bad rap on the Israelite community.
Yeah, they don't get it. Yeah.
See, the Lord about to get serious with this, and all that bullshit, bad behavior that you other camps have brought into this thing, y'all gonna get ended behind it, man. All of you think that you could just, well, even on the slick side, a lot of you do believe it's a 6-week boot camp, and now you're an elder.
Right.
How do you niggas think you could spend from January 1st to August 1st reading a few minutes a day, and now you are an elder? That's what they really think. And I can talk for hours, and I gotta like, comment, and subscribe. This shit is just out of control. See, the equalizer of all of this is really this because the Lord said, "Touch not my anointed." The elect not gonna get touched by that judgment. But a lot of you putting on like you are, you're fake, you're fools, gold prophets, you're false prophets to the really. And when you get tried behind your seat of profiting, are you really a prophet? Okay, let's see. Paul, I know. Yahweh Shai, I know.
Yeah, right.
Who is this? Hey man, he ain't got that head. Let's try his ass. Go ahead, bro.
This is a rock, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 and verse 4. Seek not the Lord preeminence, neither of the king the seat of honor.
And that's where a lot of you go wrong, man. You get this honey. They get the honey of the scriptures, and man, this honey is good, man.
Yeah.
This honey is amazing. You be like, man, we get. So then you start to, man, we come from kings. We was kings. And that king demon get on you, ooh wee. And then, like I say, at the end of the day, power and in our interpersonal relations with each other is always at play. So then you try to leverage your power, and they want to become the head nigga in charge in Israel.
And when you read the scriptures, none of the men of the Lord sought out their position.
Exactly. Like David.
Yeah, like David.
Moses.
The disciples.
Joseph.
All of them. All right. They were chosen. And they accepted it. And in most cases, Yahweh had to literally convince them. You talking about me? All right, Lord. If you really with me,
Right.
you know, what was that, Gideon? Make the ground wet around here. Do this. All right, I'm going to do that. And you're like, okay, the Lord really? That's why, see, the Lord ain't going to do that. A lot of y'all that's why the Lord don't do stuff like that in this time.
Oh, he can't. Oh,
Imagine the Lord do some of these things.
Right, for Philip, that 2819 church.
Right.
Philip Mitchell. That nigga.
About faith now.
Niggas would have been, let the Lord, hey, tell a nigga, put your hand in your shirt. Nigga ain't going to Israel. Nigga going to where them hoes is at, man. Watch this.
Right.
Book of clearance. Yeah, book of clearance.
It's not, it's because this is real life. All right? Because we know our people, man.
Oh, yeah, the ultimate finesse.
Man, come on, man. That's why the Lord not giving us the signs. See, the sign that y'all gonna get is an ass whooping. That's the sign. The sign is troops in the streets, the back of an AK-47 to the mouth.
Right. Belt to that.
Just straight belt the ass, man. Your ass getting starved. Because everything, hey, nah, the Bible, really the Bible, man.
Right.
Really the 12 tribes, that represents your chakra roots.
Okay.
All right, you know, the 12 constellations.
Right.
It is 33 degrees of Freemasonry. And what the fuck is this nigga talking about, man?
Right.
And you niggas believe that shit. Really, I'm a god. Go ahead, bro.
This is a quick one just to back you up. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, and I'm going to start at verse 70. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying that fear the Lord.
Break it down, brother.
For they shall be wasted and take away their goods and cast them into their houses. Then shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire." You see, you know, as the elder was going in, when that calamity finally comes upon it and is here, the Lord gonna try everybody.
Right.
He not just gonna try us, but Lord willing, we be of that fine gold that he was just speaking about.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because we're coming with truth and sincerity through the Spirit. When y'all trying to seek notoriety and gain, clout, you know what I'm saying? Seeking the seat of preeminence. So when that hell come through, all your labor is gonna be looked at as dross.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That fire gonna try you, and it's gonna expose you. And when the exposure is just gonna be quick, because hey, listen, man. It don't take long to see to expose the fact that leaves can't last in a fire.
Right.
It don't take a long time. Throw some dry leaves from October dry ass leaves into a fire. See how long that's just. Damn well, according to my conclusion, it ain't really gonna last. Come on, man. A lot of y'all gonna crumble fast, man. That's why the Lord just gonna wait. He gonna judge you you niggas like how he judges heathens. It's just gonna be fast and all at once. It's all gonna be at once. You 2/3. You're gonna get swept in that hour of judgment. All right, let's go back to that Daniel.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 35. "Then the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold, broken to pieces together."
Now see this fire, the scriptures speak about that fire in Peter, that fervent heat.
Right.
That fervent heat gonna melt all these elements that are found in this statue right here. See, that's how you know that the elect is a special kind of fine gold. To be able to go through the fire of the Lord and make it through, that's a different kind of gold, man. Because gold is part of the elements that's going. Hey, all these nigga gold chains is gonna melt in this, this lake of fire, man. Your silver coins, your silver block, all that shit about to melt up here. Hey, basically, you're right. All right, you keep going.
"And became like the chaff of the summer threshing floor."
This is gonna look like dandruff out here, man.
Yep.
Damn. The Lord gonna leave all this shit looking like dry skin on the backside of a nigga head. Chaff. That's how the Lord gonna leave it, man. The Lord gonna leave it dry. All this work. See, like I said, we're still in the vision of this vision. That spirit of Babylon is still reigning out here. The spirit of the Medo-Persian, because all of it gets compounded and rolled up into something new.
Right.
Oh, the Lord gonna destroy all these kingdoms at one time.
Yes, sir.
That's why it's gonna be. That's why this judgment is gonna be like the greatest. This is the greatest judgment that's gonna ever happen.
Right.
Because the Lord coming back in 1 hour and destroying millenniums of kingdoms. That's why the Lord's long suffering.
Right.
They're like, yeah, I'm just going. Because really, the spirit of Egypt is still here. Spirit of Nineveh and all these kingdoms are still here. It was just, nah, we're gonna leave that part alone. We're gonna take this part of, Persia. We're gonna leave that part of Persia in the past, but we're gonna take this part, update it, and use it today. Okay, yeah. That's all this. That's all America is. This is all one big nasty slut kingdom, man. Right. And a whore. The whore lay down with everybody, and America has laid down with all. The spirit of Easter goes back to Babylon.
Right.
Christmas, Valentine's, ain't nothing new here.
Right.
Right.
Nothing new under the sun.
Woman worship.
Right.
Simps. You think simps and all this shit just got started in the last 25 years? No, niggas has been doing this. Buckets.
Right.
Freakniks. You niggas just you just repackaged it and presented it in a modern fashion. Yeah, back that Bacchus, that Roman, when you go into it, it was a freaky festival that they held in the park, once a year, and it was still so good they started doing it once a month. That's your Freaknik experience.
That's America.
Your Black Biker Week, Memorial Day. Hey, we got Memorial Day weekend coming. That's a Bacchus celebration. Carnival,
College homecoming.
homecomings. Y'all getting freaky in the streets. Bitches twerking on the streets. Same bitch twerking in the streets in Daytona Beach was somewhere in Pompeii doing the same goddamn thing. All that shit, man. That's why the Lord going to destroy it all. None of that shit coming into the kingdom, man.
Right.
That's how you know the Lord is man. See, we don't really give Yahweh Shai actually. I always say that we don't really give him enough credit for how great of a warrior he is, man. Yahweh Shai really is the greatest warrior of all time too. We talk about his kingship and his priesthood, but really, he's the great. Listen, man, what man said they could take down 4, 5, 6 great kingdoms at once? That's why he's the King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Yeah. He bringing those same wicked spirits back just so he get that word.
Yeah. Come on now. Y'all better stop playing with the Lord. Y'all think see, that's another thing that he's the King of Peace, so y'all treat him like, well, allegorically. Yeah, right. Man, he coming back. Hey, somebody get that in Isaiah, man. He coming back, he coming back with straight smoke, man. Right. Yeah, Isaiah 66, man. Yeah, go ahead with it.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1. In verse 19, write the things which thou hast seen, and the things which are, and the things which shall be hereafter. So all these, the prophecies are going to take place on the earth. All right, these things are going to manifest. Yahweh shall returning, bringing deliverance to the elect of the nation of Israel, and destruction to the heathen and the unbelievers. They're going to manifest. Right.
And it's gonna come to pass, so all eyes shall see. Let you know, if all eyes shall see it, that means it's actually happening. Right. See, the scriptures speak about where a man fleeth from a lion and he met a bear, and a bear and he met a snake. That's an allegory. That's an analogy to prove to give you an idea of the judgment that's coming. So again, when we do break that down, hey, for some of you people out here, you really are going to actually flee from a lion and meet a bear, and a snake going to bite your ass. But for some of you, it's going to be the metaphorically, you're going to run from one great judgment,
sword to thy family.
You're going to get from out of the hot grease into the frying pan. You're going to go from one terrible judgment to another bad judgment to an even worse judgment that's going to take you out. That's what that means. Right. Basically, you're going to go from the smoker to the grease to the frying pan. Yes. That's the water, but exactly. A lot of you're not going to be able to catch a break. That's what that's really saying in Amos. You're not going to catch a break when that judgment on your ass. Man. You're not going to be able to escape it, man.
You mind if I add to that
point?
Of course. Like when you go into the plagues of Egypt, like the first plague was what? All of the water was immediately turned into blood. So, like, your water supply is cut off, and then you had the following, plague of locusts and frogs and different things. You know what I mean? Fire and hail coming down at the same time, and that was all before the Lord smote the firstborn. So all of those individuals that lived through the first 9 plagues, just for that 10th one to hit and get killed in that. You know what I'm saying? So that's, basically that happened to the Egyptians, and Jacob, the Israelites today, like they're gonna suffer the same judgment as Esau today. So if you're not covered by that hedge, of Yahweh Shem Shai, you're gonna suffer the same fate that Egypt did.
And what really be tripping up you people is the fact that you're just not spiritual. You're not spiritual. See, the scriptures this is a spiritual book. If you're not, you got to spiritually dive into this. We're physically reading this, but we're using our spiritual eyes. See, you use physical eyes. You just reading words and okay, close the book up. Drink your warm milk at the end of the night and go to sleep. It's just gonna put you. It's just gonna be a book that put your ass to sleep. You're gonna read a few words. You're gonna be in Methuselah begat, and you're gonna struggle with Methuselah.
Kid gonna be rocking back and forth.
You're gonna be like, in 100 years. And you're gonna be struggling with another word. And them names gonna be rocking your ass to sleep. And you're gonna close the book, and your ass is gonna go to sleep, man. And then the Bible just gonna become a door, hold your door open or something.
Missing leg to the table.
That's something for the missing, your leg, the table wobbly. You gonna put the Bible there.
Remember that everybody trying to read Genesis 1 and 1. They get past the first verse.
That's what happens. We're not even playing. You open this book up, and automatically you get sleepy. Because the Lord, that's why the Lord put them difficult words there too for a reason. You don't even got the right vernacular to pronounce these words. You're like, man, whatever, that's not important. Not knowing the whole chapter, that's very important. That's extremely important.
Meaning of the word.
The whole thing is extremely important. The understanding from Adam to Noah, from Noah to Abraham, Isaac, that's extremely important. But because you can't pronounce a few words, such begat and Eber, Ibar, Pele, y'all like, come on, man. That's why I said, man, this word is getting more serious. Even the fact the Spirit got us going over this Daniel, this is so you don't have no excuse, man.
That's right.
Because we already know this, man. All right. Matter of fact, let's go read that in Isaiah, and then we're going to go back to that Daniel. When we finish out, we'll probably get out of here.
All right. This is the book of Isaiah. This is scripture you call for Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. And it reads, "For behold, the Lord cometh with fire, and with his chariots."
Literally.
Like a whirlwind.
Literally.
To render his anger with fury.
Actually, literally. Keep going.
And his rebuke with flames of fire.
Literally.
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
None of this is a metaphor. I sound like I'm being silly, but really, no, all of this. He's coming back with fire. Literally.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Wow. You are actually going to die.
Spell it out to these people.
We do. No, if you are not right with the Lord, you are going to actually lose your life. You are literally going to lose your life if the Lord is not with you in these days.
That's right.
You said plead with all flesh.
That's the problem with you people, man. Like I said, is this devil or deceiver got you people's wired so crossed up. You really don't understand. Hey, you don't understand what metaphors and assemblies, all these different things. This wisdom is too high for you. Like I said, Nick Cannon's probably on a flight thinking he's just gonna read this like it's a Stephen King novel. And I'm just gonna read along. Hey, yo, man, your head started hurting. Man, it's too much, man. Hey, cut the game on. Hey, man, sometimes the word be too much for us. They like, man, I gotta put the Bible down, man.
Yeah.
Let me go watch EA. Let me go watch some game clips or something, man. I'm about to go watch some old ass
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. I'm about to go watch some old NBA clips or something real quick, man. Fuck. Hey, you gotta reset sometime. Hey, man, let me go eat some chicken, man.
Oh, the scriptures say too much sturdying is weariness of the flesh.
They do, man.
Yeah.
And that's us. Yeah. So what do you think these niggas with no understanding? You sit down for 10 minutes, start drooling, smoke coming out the ears,
Niggas can't even stop for 10 minutes.
eyes be getting crossed. Satan gonna come with a distraction.
Oh, your woman, that's a, yeah, come on, baby, let's go.
And you gonna go. Yeah, and you gonna go.
He's going.
You going.
Overly going.
It's hard to make niggas. You know how hard it is to make niggas. Like, think about this Esau's education system.
Yeah.
Esau's education system is foolishness and stupidity. Right. And you niggas couldn't sit there and read The Great Gatsby. You couldn't read the Tom Sawyer book. Mark Twain. Yeah, you couldn't read it. Kill a Mockingbird. These books was kicking y'all niggas' ass. This shit was kicking niggas' ass in high school, man. Try to get them to understand Esau's foolishness in education. And you think you niggas is going, I don't need a teacher here. You need every bit of tutors and scholarly tutors you need here.
We need all our channels.
We need each other's channels. Be scrolling, hey, one hour you up north watching a video, next video you at the west coast watching a brother. You down south, you go from you gonna sweep the whole south getting understanding. You got something? Bring it out.
Quick scripture, Acts 8:31. And he said, how can I, except some man should guide me?
That's right, brother.
And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him.
See, we don't have a problem with that. When we were babes and we were desiring the sincere milk, hey man, there was no problem submitting to the teachers.
Right.
Hey man, listen. A lot of brothers of that time, that 07, 08, 09, 2010 period, I don't even know how we were studying. Man, it was like, I don't even know how I had a job and I was studying so much. It'd be like 8 hours a day. I couldn't do that today. Sit around and watch an 8-hour documentary. Man, them days is long gone.
The Morning Star. It's the first one.
But it was the times and it was what was needed. But so because you like a sincere babe. You be like, this brother, he say something, next thing you know, you don't watch the whole 30-minute video. Then you go to another video, it's an hour-long breakdown on something. You like, you're a student, you're learning and you're ingesting. So we needed all of this. Until this day, we need this whole body. But a lot of you got that fucking pride on you, and you think that you're just gonna get it all on your own, man. And because you think you're gonna get it all on your own, you get nothing. That's what happens. You get absolutely nothing. You get no understanding. You get a terrible foundation, no humility, and then when the Lord try you on your works, you crumble. Bitch don't agree with me. My family don't like what I'm doing. No. My job. Whatever it is, that test come your way and you F. Big F stand. FF minus. FF, nigga. You get an FF. It's not that you failed, but you doubly failed.
Right.
And a lot of times that fail that you're gonna get is gonna be your ass being unalived. See, last Saturday we was at camp, the spirit was on. A lot of you don't take this serious because you don't really understand. A lot of it is life and death. It's just come down to that subject. Either you're gonna receive life or you're gonna get death. But see, that's when it's gonna get serious, brothers. Like we were saying last week, when y'all start seeing the pattern of death is on your fucking family, then you're gonna get serious. When your favorite aunt died, and then a week later your least favorite aunt died, and then a niece died, and then somebody at your job died, and then your neighbor died. And then, oh shit, the person that normally make my smoothies, they dead. You just gonna start seeing the fact that like, oh, death is literally around my ass. The dog died.
I got 8.
Car broke down. Just everything died. Your car died. Everything dying around you. Car battery died. Everything that is just dying around you. That's when you gonna get serious. Yeah, see, he playing in traffic.
Yeah.
All right, where we at?
Daniel chapter 2, verse, pardon me, verse 35.
Yep.
We're on verse 35. I'll just read that down.
Yep.
Again, this is Daniel chapter 2, verse 35, continuing on. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, and the gold broken into pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floor, and the wind carried them away.
That wind, that destroying wind. See, it's not just a lot of y'all wish it was just a regular windstorm. No, nigga, this is a destroying wind. That's what's gonna melt these elements. How do you turn gold? What element is able and capable of turning gold, silver, brass, iron into chaff? It's a dust. Fire. Concentrated hot ass fire. In the indignation of the Lord fire. All right, you keep going.
That no place was found for them.
Yeah, it ain't even going it's going to be as if it never happened.
Right.
That's what we're going to. It's going to be as if it's going to be as if ancient Babylon didn't even happen. Ain't going to be no relics around that. Just as much as America's going to be destroyed, there's not going to be no Statue of Liberty. Hey, what a Roman Colosseum not going to be over there either. Ain't gonna be none of that bullshit, you know, the Vatican and all these leftover pieces. It's all as gonna be as a dream.
Right.
See, the elect, Israel as a whole, I believe, will know because we'll be gods.
Right.
But you other nations, man, after a while, like, we're gonna be gaslighting you. What America?
Right.
We've been here the whole time. Cause see, it's our story.
Really is,
We're not gonna give these other nations the ability to know, y'all had us down bad one time, nigga. Y'all had us, y'all was owning us. Nah, nigga, we've been like this forever, nigga. Nigga, we always been up.
Yeah.
Just like Esau makes you think.
Esau does the same thing.
Yeah, he do to us.
We gonna be,
They like, that's what the dark ages. That's when shit was black.
we gonna do the same thing to y'all nations. Yeah, we always been up. That's gonna be we gonna know through humility in the Lord and take the one of y'all about shit. I had a job, nigga. We gonna be like that among nigga. We had a job. What the fuck, bro? I woke up from a dream, bro. I was working. For $12, bro. What the fuck?
I have one wife.
I have one wife. We lived in these things called apartments. They were apartments. Like it was one bedroom, bro. What the fuck was we doing? That's gonna be our conversation. You other heathens, y'all gonna look, man. We always been like this, nigga. We've always had a foot over you. Yep. What was the? We gonna be like, we gonna hear some murmur. Right. Hey, who the fuck told you that? Who the fuck told you that? Hey, get his ass out of here.
We was kings and shit.
You know? Told you that fucking shit. Persian, proud ass Persian or something. Right. Throw his ass over here, chuck his ass from some side of this burning fire over here. Oh yeah, you still believe in it?
Right.
You finish it off.
Continuing on, that no place was found for them, and the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and fills the whole earth.
That great mountain is the kingdom of Israel, established through Yahweh Shai, ruled by King David and 144,000. There's got to be no place for these other nations, man. The fuck out of here. All this bullshit, it's over with.
Right.
Even right now, man, you can see through the spirit, our power. We're being risen right now.
Right.
We're not as, bro, shit be hard, but
Where we came from?
I'm just being, like,
Where we're going, the kingdom, our power and glory in the kingdom is going to eclipse anything these nations even did on the side. It won't even be a comparison. They don't even want to talk about it.
Right.
And what you going to talk about? What you did at Xerxes, nigga? You know, the smallest of us is the Xerxes.
That's right. That's why the Lord said, I know that poverty and tribulation, but thou art rich. That's right, bro.
And the gates gonna be more majestic than anything that was on the
Come on, man. We ain't talking about no fucking 7 wonders of the universe. Man, come on, man. We our regular, man, just us on some regular shit gonna be greater than all the greatest shit ever over here. That's why you said you're right. It's all gonna be embarrassing.
It's going to be embarrassing.
Like diamonds, diamonds is nothing.
You be looking at these homes, these mansions that Esau and them be having, man. That's
That drywall.
come on, man. Yeah, drywall and sheetrock.
Bro.
Your lifespan itself is already a joke. 70, 80 years old.
Decrepit. Come on, man. Every few years, the flavor changes, and now you corny. No, look, you still stuck with white refrigerators and shit.
Right. Oh man, no stainless steel.
No, we ain't gonna be having these fucking problems in the kingdom, man. You lame as hell. Nah, man, no. We gonna set the trend. We gonna be way above it. We gonna be the establishers of everything. That's why the scriptures just said there's gonna be no place for all this shit going away, man. And that's how great Yahweh Shai is that he's taking it all out at once, man. The spirit of Persia that's still here. That Medo-Persian Empire spirit that's still on the earth. All of that shit, man. The spirit of Egypt. A lot of you people still walking around here talking about Egypt, man. The shadow of fucking Egypt right now.
Right now.
The Lord coming back to sweep all that shit off the board, man. Hey, think about it. That's how powerful Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is, and him sending his son back is the fact that he's sweeping the board. He's literally coming in. How he swept that table when he was angry. He's really doing this to the board of life. Like he's gonna sweep this whole board, and the only thing that's gonna be there is Israel.
That's about destruction.
He's sweeping it all off. You got something?
Yes.
Yeah, bring it up.
Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel
Because
out
this judgment, this salvation is going to trump all of that, man. Everything is about to be erased, man. See, really through the Spirit, the elect are going to be the ones that's going to hold on to this right here, this experience, this American. Literally, the elect are the only ones that's going to carry the remembrance of going from this side, experiencing this, to going to the other side and having that memory. Because even the elect's children in the kingdom, this is going to be as a dream. They're going to come and be born into perfection. They're
not going to burden your children with fucking America.
Right.
You're let them win. You're not going to have to think about that. You know?
Facts, man.
Maybe you came from.
The elect gonna have, hey, that's how you know it's gonna be a difference between the elect. And hey, you know what a good movie that shows you that? The Matrix.
Oh yeah.
Because in the Matrix you had the ones that were born,
the natural born.
the natural borns, and they didn't have the things that connected them to the Matrix.
Right.
So the thing those were marks that made you see that you were part of the Matrix, and then you were woken up and coming here. We gonna have certain things that's gonna still specify us to show us in the spirit, the elect. Hey, there's a difference there, and part of that difference is the pain of having this experience. Imagine carrying that. We're gonna carry that, and then we're gonna like you said, you're right though, but really we're gonna still remember. We're still gonna put it in our people's minds to remember what the fuck we did. But they're not gonna have the pain of going from one side and remembering.
It's gonna be the book of life. Our story.
It's gonna be in the story. We're gonna be, and then like you said, telling them the story. They're like, man, listen, man. You might sit around all your sons.
They're reading the chapter about you.
Yep, all your, a bunch of
Fire.
little boys. They're gonna be sitting around, cause they ain't gonna be on this internet shit. They gonna be worrying about the story of Pooh Shiesty and Gucci.
Yeah, we're not gonna have to work either, so we can spend time with our children.
Right.
And they be like, man, you see all of this? Like, man, how about Shimmy Shai delivered us? And we was on earth. drinking water by measure. Can you imagine that?
Right. Yeah.
We're gonna be in live. We're gonna be able to show them like with our hands. We're able to show them.
We're gonna be showing them, man. We live in, right? You know, hey, look at this brother Shabak talking to my kids. This is Shamak. Shamak of the South Side. Of South Fulton. You know how we reading the scripture? What the fuck is this land? That's how it's gonna be. Dallas. It's a Dallas. Going to the map.
Yeah, that's question mark.
We gonna give them the history and break it down and what, you know, the history that lead up, however long that period is from the inception of the kingdom to whenever they may enter into the kingdom. Give them the breakdown of how it got to this point. Come on, man. It's gonna be there's not gonna be. We're gonna socially engineer these minds. That's why really through the spirit we're gonna close up here. These women, hey man, don't worry about trying to get them to get on your page, man. When we are the creators of the trend, when we are the social engineers, when we decide what is cool and not, when we decide what's a trend, they gonna get right along with it, man.
That's right.
All these women gonna get right along with it. Well, I guess I better wrap my hair up.
Oh, sharing a man ain't nice.
I guess fringes and border and blue.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's all women do anyway. Women go along, man.
Yeah.
They are followers. All right. Yep. So anybody got any close precepts?
Finish this one?
Yeah, close that one up. Yeah, we close up with that precept.
Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Hey, even with us, man, when we get out of this situation, we ain't gonna be talking about ancient Egypt. We ain't gonna be talking about that, man. We like, man, even when we be back in our right mind and we can remember all of this, bro. This right here, this beast.
This was enough. Yeah,
this a different beast. We're not gonna be talking about when we was in all these other captivities. We knew we were Israelites. Right. Still keeping the laws and you know, doing be able to do our ceremonies. Yeah, family structure. And we would be able to still practice who we were. Yeah. This gonna be the one that we gonna remember, man.
Yeah. Egypt's not even on that statue, too.
It's not. It's not. It really isn't. But see, but it has such a stronghold on the world because of them. Hey man, you know what, man? This just hit me. Hey man, it'd be beautiful if really the Lord destroyed the pyramids over there, man.
Yeah.
That's a stronghold, man. Lord might need a comet hit that motherfucker, man.
Chariot just roll by and just
zap them shit, man. They idolize them pyramids, man. It really is some bullshit that we built. It's really a sign of our captivity. Right. Really, the Lord, the Lord destroyed that shit. I never really gave much thought to the pyramids, but really, the Lord really need to smack that shit. And you people will get right, I bet. You be like, oh shit.
Right. Niggas be crying.
Niggas be crying, bro.
Niggas be hurt.
They're making another day to drink. Turn up.
That would be the end of Egyptology. What are you Egyptologists gonna do with it? Yeah, what are you niggas gonna do with no pyramids?
Oh yeah, y'all know. You be like, yo, give them back the Ark of the Covenant.
See? Any more to that?
Yeah. Verse 15, Jeremiah 16:15. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Literally. You gotta start adding that when we teach, man. Literally. Okay. All right, the Lord is gonna bring us out of this land. He's gonna destroy this land, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. So with that, man, we're gonna close this up. We're gonna give all the glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash.
Double honors unto our apostles and elders. And until next time, shalom.
Shalom.